Hello guys, this video is for Algebra 2, Week 9, Day 5, solving exponential equations. Okay, so this lesson, we're still going to be using log, and I'm going to start off by reviewing a few questions with you, and then we'll go into stuff that we're going to learn today. So the first question, if I have to solve for this, 2 to the x power equals to 32. Usually, remember we would like break down the 32 to 8 and 4, 2 and 2, 4 and 2, and 2 and 2. And these are all our prime numbers. And you circle all of them. 2 to the fifth power equals to 2 to the x power, like this. And then since now we have the same base, we can set the exponents equal to each other, and that's our answer. Okay, so I'm actually going to do the next one also, like same way. We have 625. I know 625 is divisible by 5 and 125, 5 and 25, 5 and 5. We have all these prime numbers. So same thing, 5 to the fourth power equals to 5 to the x. And same thing, the exponents, we set them equal to each other because they have the same base. So x equals to 4. Okay, next question is 27. So if I have 27, break down to 3 and 9, 3 and 9, 3 and 3, and these are all my prime. So 3 to the third power equals to x to the third power. Okay, so in this case, they have the same exponents. So that means their base should be the same. So x equals to 3. Okay, so this is pretty easy if we have exponents. They're the same, so we can set their base equal, or we have the base the same and set their exponents equal. So what we're going to do now is there's a new formula. It's called change of base formula. Okay, and this is if I have a log with a random number at the bottom b of c, this equals to log c over log b. Oops, the b should be bigger. Write that. Okay, and then you can actually, like, if they're actual numbers, you can put that in the calculator and you can figure that out. So let me just do two examples. So if I have a log 5 and 10 like this, and then log 2 and 64, okay. For the first one, I can't really solve for that if, like, just based on my knowledge. But I can use a calculator to solve for this if we change the base. So I'm going to change this to a fraction, which looks like log 10. At the bottom is log 5. And then we're going to put it in the calculator. So we're going to put a division bar. And then we're going to click on function, log. We'll put the log at the bottom too. And it was 10 and 5. So that's our answer, 1.43. That's how we can solve for it, okay? And then the next one, again, we're going to do log 64 and log 2. We can just change the number inside to 64 and 2. Okay, this is 6. And it's really because 2 to the 6th power is 64. Okay, so let's see how we are going to use this formula. I am going to show you a question, and then we'll show two methods. So we're going to have 300 equals to 3 to the t power. Okay. And if I have to convert this in a way that I can solve for t, I'm going to start off with writing log base 3 of 300 equals to t. So now t is on its own side, and I can convert my log into log 300 over log 3, and that's going to be my answer. Okay, so let's go to the calculator and see what this equals to. 303, 5.19. So t equals to 5.19. Okay, let me show you another way with the same question, and we're still going to get the same answer. So I'm going to put 300 equals to 3t, and this is method 1, and this is method 2. Okay, and then you can decide which one you like better. So I personally like method 2 better, because what we're going to do is, for my question, I'm actually going to take log on both sides. To balance out the equation, I take log on both sides. And remember from our previous section, any exponents that you have for your log, we can take that exponent, bring it to the front. So it'll be log times, t times log 3 equals to log 300. And then we're going to divide both sides by log 3 and cancel that out. T would equal to that. And put it in the calculator, you're still going to get 5.19. Okay, so two different methods. It really depends on what you like to use, but I'm going to show this again using another question with two different methods. So let's look at this one. This one looks a little bit more complicated, but it looks similar to your questions. Okay, so for the first one, we're going to rewrite this with just one log, with log base 4 of 50 equals to x minus 1. Okay, and then on the left side, we're going to convert it using change of base formula. I'm going to write log 50 over log 4, and this equals to x minus 1. Okay, last step, we're going to add 1 on both sides. These cancels out, so I have x equals whatever that is in the calculator. Okay, so the answer to this one is around 3.822. So that's method 1. Let's look at method 2, the one where we log both sides. So I'm going to have the question, and I'm going to put log in the front of each of those. And we're going to take the x minus 1 to the front, because that's a whole exponent. So it will look like x minus 1 in parentheses, log 4 equals to log 50. Okay, continue with the math to solve for x. We're going to divide both sides by log 4. And then we're going to add 1. So x would equals to exactly the same thing as the left side, and it's still going to be 3.822. Okay? So if you're still confused, please go back and rewatch. I'm going to go ahead and show 2 more examples, and then I'll do your homework questions. Hold up, let me see. So your homework, you got 6 questions. Yeah, actually, I'm going to do 1 more example, and then 3 homework questions for you. Okay, so I'm just going to stick with method 2. If you like method 1, go ahead and do method 1 and see if you get the same answer as me. So method 2, I'm going to log both sides. Okay, And then I can take my x plus 4, bring it to the front. So it will be x plus 4 times log 9 equals to log 27. Okay, I like to put parentheses around the x plus 4, just knowing that that's separate from my log 9. Divide both sides by log 9, cancel those out, and then I have x plus 4 equals to log 27 over log 9. And then last step, we're going to subtract 4 on both sides, and we're going to put this in the calculator. Okay, so I'm going to stick with the same one, log 27 over log 9, and minus 4. Oh, so this is actually going to be negative 2.5. Okay, so if you like to use method 1, you will probably still get the same answer. Okay, so let's go into your homework for day 5. We have 6 questions. I'm going to do number 1 for you. And let's look at number 4. And let's also look at number 6. Okay, and then you can do the other 3 because they're very similar. Okay, so number 1, again, I'm going to stick with method 2. I'm going to start off by logging both sides. So then my exponents can bring to the front. So it would be x minus 5 times log 6 equals to log 24. Okay, and remember, next step, we're going to divide both sides by log 6. So all the logs stick together. Okay, and then if you notice, our last step is to get rid of the minus 5. By adding 5 on both sides, that cancels out, so I have x equals to log 24 over log 6 plus 5. Let's put that in the calculator. Log 24 over log 6 plus 5. 6.77. That's our answer. Okay? So if you would like to, you can use both methods or either methods. It really doesn't matter. I think it's just whatever that's more efficient for yourself. You can try both. Next, I'm gonna go into number 4. Number 4, we have log 8 to the 5x equals to log 71. So I'm going to take this 5x to the front, which is 5x times log 8 equals to log 71. Divide both sides by log 8. This goes away. And the last step, this one, the last step is different than the previous question. This one we're multiplying by the 5, right? Not adding or subtracting by the 5. So we have to get rid of the 5 by dividing 5. Okay, on the right side, we can't really divide 5 right there, so we're just going to multiply. Okay, let's go ahead and check our answer. We have log 71 over log 8, and we're going to times 1 over 5. 0.41. Okay, last one. Number 6, can we log both sides yet? No, because we got this plus 8 that's in the way, just the plus 8. Okay, so we have to get rid of the plus 8 first by subtracting it on both sides. So now it will be x to the 11 to the x minus 4 equals to 51. Now it looks very similar to number 1. And we're going to log 11 x minus 4 equals to log 51. Take your x minus 4 in the front. We have x minus 4 Log 11 equals to log 51. Almost done. Divide both sides by log 11 and add 4 on both sides. Okay, when you add 4, just remember it's outside of this whole fraction of log. Then if you put in the calculator, you should have gotten 5.64. Alrighty, so I finished 3 questions for you. You're just going to finish the other 3. Honors, you have 1 page to do. The first part is very similar to day 2, and the last part is similar to my question right here. But I would say the last 2 questions, it looks too weird. Let me rewrite it. It should look like this. Okay, negative 8 times 2 to the x minus 9 minus 5 equals to negative 77. Okay, so honors, I recommend you guys to get rid of numbers that are outside of the number and exponents. So let's get rid of this and that, and then do the log. Same thing. This one, get rid of these first before you perform the log on both sides. Okay, that's it. Have a good week.